All right, what's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of the podcast. I got my guest here, Zach. I met him in the container. We're in Alchemist Academy, and he's another online fitness coach. So I wanted to have him on, since I'm sure we have a lot of similar things we can talk about. So, Zach, how long have you been in the fitness space for?
I have been in the fitness space, at least personally, for a little bit over a decade now. I've been training professionally for about 2 years, but as myself and my own progress in the space, about a little bit over a decade.
Nice, man. Yeah, I think that's about the same for me. It's been like 12 years now that I've been in the gym, and then I've been coaching for like 4 or 5 years now. Yeah. So, for everyone that's listening, like, who's like your ideal client you like to work with?
Usually men, preferably men who usually feel like they're kind of stuck or they just don't have time to take care of themselves because they're too busy taking care of everybody else. They have no time for their hobbies, but at the same time, they want to take care of their health and they feel like they basically can't have either. So I usually help those men with weight loss or sometimes even weight gain. A little back and forth with that. I was skinny myself, so but then I also got myself fat, so
Okay, okay. So is that where you had started off with when you started working out, were you on the skinnier side?
I was a scrawny kid. I had a lot of health problems growing up. I wasn't really in any sports or anything. I was kind of just at doctors or in hospitals a lot of the time. Part of my stomach, basically, to keep it brief, couldn't really digest food. So I would just throw up like a whole sandwich. I'd eat a whole sandwich and I would throw up like actual chunks of the entire sandwich undigested because I couldn't digest the food. I had a couple other organ problems too, but it kind of limited me obviously in daily living.
Yeah.
And I was kind of just taking like a handful of pills a day. Luckily, I didn't have to have any surgeries done. They were planning some surgeries for me when I was younger, but they ended up not having to do them. And then that kind of led me into the fitness route from there.
Wow, okay. So was that a problem since like you were born, or is that something like that developed when you got older?
It was a cascade.
Okay,
I've
okay,
pretty much I could ask my mom for medical records here, but I've always had problems. I had when I was a little baby, like I had a seizure as a baby, and then growing up, that's when kind of the digestive system problems happened. I had like some hernia problem when I was younger too. There was always just something going on.
okay, okay. Is that something that you like to help your clients with too? Is like going into like the gut health and stuff, or have you not delved into that yet?
I'm wanting to get more into gut health now, so I don't know as much as I should. So I'm digging into a lot of the blueprint modules around gut health and digging into more of the science of the gut health because I know it's important. But I work as an in-person trainer as well, and a lot of my in-person clients, we focus mainly on corrective exercise because
Okay.
although I had a lot of internal problems, it was affecting me externally too. I couldn't really move my body very well. Was always kind of out of breath. So being able to help people move their bodies again and be like more free in their bodies is really important to me. Especially got some of these people who have hip replacements, knee replacements. They're, 60 years old, 70 years old, and they've kind of just given up on their lives. Like they still have another 20, 30 plus years to go that they should be able to enjoy. So a lot of my work in person dives around a lot of that.
Well, that's great. That's great. So, okay, so you usually work with that's what has been your thing lately is helping people with those corrective exercises. So, is it like anything like you specialize in, or you can help people with kind of anything?
I've recently specialized more in the corrective exercise, but
Okay.
I'm trying to go back to the roots of the weight and physical transformations for people in my online side of things. I mean, I think corrective exercise is great for everybody. You need to be able to move your body. And if you have an issue, that doesn't mean that you can't move your body. You just need to learn how to work around that issue. But I will say that I would find corrective exercise very hard to train somebody online with. I'm usually very on top of these people in person, and I could
Yeah,
not be
yeah.
on top of somebody over a computer screen.
Yeah, that is the hard part. Usually, like, because I've helped some people with like knee issues since that's something I went through. So I usually just send them like all the like make a bunch of videos and then send it to them. But then it is like obviously like way more easier if you could just be right there with them correcting everything.
That makes it a lot easier. You see all the
Yeah,
little mini mishaps that they do.
yeah, yeah, exactly. So, um, but I meant like, do you like, is there any one thing that you see more often? I guess like, do you usually help people more with like knee issues or shoulder issues or anything, or has it kind of been a little of everything?
It's a little of everything. Different people come with different problems. We just had a client sign up earlier last week, and I like this client because she's kind of like myself. She had a lot more internal problems. She had some like brain surgery. She's had she had like tight hips, but they weren't. She never had like hip replacement. She's had a double mastectomy. So she has problems with like raising her shoulders up and everything.
Yeah.
So I do have people who have like kind of like a laundry list of problems, and everyone
Okay.
comes to me. It's kind of funny. They'll come to me and they'll be like, "Oh, you're not ready for this, Zach. I have a laundry list for you," and I'm always just like, "I've had longer." So
Oh my
I
goodness.
biggest thing people tend to have a problem in is usually the knees, obviously, but a lot of them don't realize that their knee problems is stemming from their hip problems. So I guess you could say most of them have a lot of hip problems.
Yeah, that's what I found, at least with myself too, is um, because I was having like really bad knee tendonitis. Sorry, my dog's like losing it right now. But it was because I had like really tight hips, and then it made my like quads tight, and then it would just downstream to my knees,
It all
and then
cascades.
yeah. So that's my problem is I was like trying to like fix the things like around like adjust my knee, but it was really like everything like upstream. And so it took a couple years of rehabbing it till I could finally like spot without having any knee pain.
I'm glad you got it figured out. Yeah, a lot of people, they just focus solely on where the pain is when, like, 9 times out of 10, it's somewhere else that's causing the pain, especially with the knee, because there's not really much control, or sorry, there's not much at the knee controlling the knee. Everything's controlling the knee is normally at the hips. So it's
Yeah.
just like this blob. It feels way too much on it.
Yeah, that's what I've been learning lately is like a lot of the tightness you feel in your body, like it's usually because of tight hips. So once you can improve your hip mobility and unlock your hips, like everything else in your body is able to move a lot better.
That's true.
Yeah. So that's it's good though that you went through all these things yourself. So that way, like you said to your clients that come with you, like with a laundry list of things, you can relate to them since you've been through it, correct?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I've been lucky enough that I haven't had any replacements or super big like physical issues. I just had general like physical strain, like my body just didn't work properly. And I was developing like scoliosis when I was younger. But the worst
Mm,
I've had as far as breaks has been like this right arm. I've had a lot of fractures in this right arm. That's about it though. Other than that,
okay,
it's been more so just kind of digging into corrective exercise because of what I went through. And that ended up with me learning a lot about anatomy in general and being able to help people on the physical side.
nice. How did you break your arm?
Gosh, being dumb, young and dumb,
Okay,
young and dumb. I broke something in my elbow when I tried to jump over a fence. Um,
okay,
and then I caught the fence and like face planted, and then I broke
okay,
a fracture in this shoulder from skateboarding. So it was all just
okay.
like being dumb, and then like
Yeah, that's what I thought it
you
was
get
going to be. Is like skateboarding is usually
you,
it.
you combine a generally weak, scrawny body with like that stuff. It doesn't usually end well.
Yeah, exactly. Because I was always like small when I was growing up too, and so I broke my collarbone one time because I was playing basketball with my friend and his brother and his dad, and I was like a freshman. I was super short. I was probably like 5 feet tall, and his brother and his dad they're like 6'2", and he just like shoulder checked me, and my my collarbone just like snapped. Yeah, yeah, and then I was like, "Oh, that hurt," and I tried to pass the ball and like nothing, like my arm like didn't work, and I was like, "Oh, I think I need to go to the
You don't
hospital."
understand. You're fragile. You're
Yeah.
fragile.
So, that was my first broken bone. Then I had, like, broke my wrist one time in a mosh pit because I fell. Well, someone pushed me and I was, like, in the middle of a spin kick and someone pushed me and then I, like, went, like, sideways and just, like, landed on my wrist. So that sucked. But, yeah, I was like, "Oh, okay, maybe I'm getting too old to do this now."
Yeah, it's kind of what happens. You're like, I don't want to. I kind of need my bones to work.
Yeah, yeah. So, yeah, that actually because you said, you'd always been, on the smaller side and then you got into fitness and then you said you said you also made the mistake of gaining weight, like gaining excess weight also?
Yeah, yeah. So when I just to kinda, like, tell the whole story, I guess, when I
Yeah.
first got into fitness, it was because I was developing scoliosis. So to me, it was like, "Alright, fuck, another problem, here we go," just to add to the list of things. But then my mom got me into fitness because she was like, "No, we're gonna have you start working out to try to counteract the scoliosis." So that kinda just started with some at-home workouts. I was also super obsessed with Naruto at the time. I'm not sure how much you know about anime, but
Yeah,
there's a
yeah, I
character
watched it.
named Rock Lee, and he's my favorite character in that show.
Yeah.
It inspired me a lot to get into, like, calisthenics. So for a couple years there, I did a lot of calisthenics work, doing like One Punch Man challenges in my bedroom
Nice.
and whatever other bodyweight things I could do. I got decent at it. It wasn't like crazy or anything like you see people do online, but I got in relatively decent shape, but I was still really small. And then what happened was I had that skateboarding incident, basically lost whatever muscle I had built up over the last couple of years, even though it wasn't like a bunch. I still lost it all over the course of a couple months of recovering from the shoulder. So then I was like, all right, I'm gonna put on some size this time. And that was a really bad idea because I didn't know what I was doing. I had never like been in an actual gym setting for a long term yet. And I was kind of just eating as much as I could. I think I was eating 4,000 calories a day, which for some people that's a normal bulk, sure, but I'm 110, 120 pounds. So I basically gained like a pound a day. And so I went from like 120 to 160 in like the course of a month. So you can guess how that looked. It
Oh
didn't look
no.
like it was supposed to look.
Yeah.
And then from there, it was when I kind of like I got kicked out of my mom's house. So me and my girlfriend were kind of on our own. And I kind of spiraled from there. I got really fat. And then I got so busy with like the whole I need to provide for my family or we're gonna die. And it kind of made me bounce back and forth between a bad relationship with food. So I had times where I was super skinny again, times where I got fat again, times where I got skinny again, times where I got fat again, until I kind of like realized and woke up and I was like, whoa, I need to chill out.
Yeah.
And from there, I was able to dive more into like the science of everything. And that's when I got the job as a personal trainer and started working in person and just kind of kept developing myself from there to get where I am now. So it was a lot of being an idiot. People don't
Yeah.
realize when they talk to their trainer or coach how much we were idiots.
Yes. Yeah. So several years of you like going like up and down in weight, like trying to figure it out.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, telling
Yeah.
myself I was gonna go on another bulk, or I'd call it a bulk, but it was really just me being done with food, and then I would just, like whenever I was done with that bulk, I would just stop eating again because 'cause I'd be stressed out. So, like, I would
Oh
most people
dang.
stress eat, I would just, like, not eat,
Okay.
and then there's, like, a back and forth, and I was also, like, super sleep deprived at the time too.
Yeah, that doesn't help anything.
Doesn't help
Yeah,
enough.
like everyone deals with stress differently. So, like you said, like some people they deal with stress by eating, but then other people it goes like the total opposite way, like you, where you so stressed out you're just not going to eat.
No, yeah, I just worked more. I just kept working. I was working all the
Okay,
time. It got to the point that I was actually only sleeping about 2 to 3 hours a night. 'Cause I would
well that's
replace
no good.
everything else at work because I was, like, stuck in the provider mindset,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was working, like, 4 jobs. It was not very good, not very smart.
Oh, man, yeah, that's a lot. That's a lot. I've like kind of was dealing with that for a few months with my current like my last work schedule because I don't know if you have kids, but we have two, and so my wife works during the day, and then I had, like, one shift where I worked overnight, so she would work all day, and then I would work, like, all night, and so that night, like, it was just 1 time a week because my other shifts were swing shifts. It was a weird schedule, but so there's 1 day a week I just, like, wouldn't sleep. I'd sleep, like, an hour, and so I'd finally catch up on my sleep, and then it'd mess it up the next week, and I wouldn't sleep again. So I was kind of glad to not have to do that. Though these last 3 months, I, like, was able to sleep every night, so that was nice.
That
But,
is
yeah,
good.
the getting the I don't know if people realize, like, how much that really affects you, like, because just one bad night of sleep will affect you for a few days, but then if you're constantly not getting enough sleep, it just keeps compounding.
I keep my sleep dialed now.
Yeah, I
Very
bet.
important to me, it's
I
like
bet. Oh, yeah, I bet. But I mean, I did the same thing when, I was newer to working out, like I said, I'd usually been skinny my whole life, and then I think I mentioned this before, but I was in a relationship and um, I got pretty fat, and then we split up, and then I started working out with my friends. I lost like 40 pounds, and then maintained it for a little bit, and then I moved to another city and started working out with like powerlifters. And so I was like, oh, I need to like get big. I need to eat, and so and that's when I started dating my now wife, and then in my head, I was like, "Man, it's taking me forever to gain weight, like, I need to start, like, really pushing my bulk." And she said it was, like, over the course of 2 months, she said I went from being, like, in shape to just being fat, and I was like, "Oh, that was only, like, 2 months?" She's like, "Yeah, every time, like, I saw you, like, every week, you just got, like, fatter." And I was like, "Oh, no." It's like, my weight wasn't moving, which we know now that's okay, like, you only wanna gain, like, probably, like, a
Yeah,
couple
hardly
pounds a
anything.
month, but
Yeah.
I was, like, trying to gain, like, a couple pounds, like, every week, so I was, like, every week I was having, like, Costco pizza and, like, burgers, and it was so bad, so I just got, like, fat again, and then I had to lose the weight again.
It's a weird
And then
cycle.
yeah, and then I had hired a coach I'm pretty sure that's the time I hired a coach, and I was like, "Okay, let me." I started a cut, then I got like stuck in a plateau, and I hired a coach, and then she just wrecked everything, and then I ended up getting skinny fat, and I was like, "Okay, you're fired." And then I was like, "I'm just gonna try this on my own," and kind of did the same thing, like kind of bulked, but then got sloppy again, tried to cut again, and then I was like, "I just need to hire like a bodybuilding coach," and that's when I actually like lost weight and built like a good amount of muscle in the cut, and then I'm like, "Okay, now I know what I'm doing."
Now you get the idea.
Yeah, yeah, but it was a few years of doing it the wrong way before finally getting taught the right way.
A lot of people too, there's not as much information out there when it comes to gaining weight as there is for losing weight. So when it comes to going from scrawny to fit, it's more of a journey and a battle to tackle than most people think, especially because when people lose weight, like you can have somebody lose 10 to 15 pounds a month and like that's fine. You know, like hopefully they're doing it properly, but they can lose a significant amount of weight and be okay. But you go ahead and put on 10, 15 pounds, it's not going to be the same reward system. You know, you're going to get fat.
Oh,
So it
yeah.
takes way longer and way more determination long term to actually gain weight than most people would think. It's easier, sure, because they say you can eat whatever you want, but do you really think you should be doing that if you want to gain weight properly? Probably not.
I think gaining weight the right way is way harder than doing like a fat loss phase because you really have to be meticulous and really like it's all like you have to be like just as strict with your eating so you don't like gain excess fat and you're like really gaining the muscle and also like really pushing your training hard like that has to be super dialed in also because with the fat loss phase you're going to be losing fat and if your training and diet's not the best you'll still lose fat like we said but you might lose a little bit of muscle but unless you're like doing like a bodybuilding show if you're just like a regular person just trying to get into shape because you're super overweight you losing a little bit of muscle on the way is probably not a bad thing but then going the opposite way when you're trying to put on muscle it's super easy like we found out the hard way it's super easy to gain fat and not enough muscle
Yeah.
so at least that's what I found for myself when I've been, like, pushing my body weight up. Like, I've gotten, like, tired of eating food. Like, I had a coach and, I don't know if you've messed, like, too much with, like, carb cycling, but I had, like, a high, medium, and low carb days, and my weight wasn't really moving, so he asked me, like, "How much more food can you eat?" And I said, "On my high days, I can't eat any more food, like, sucks." And he's like, "Okay, every day's a high day now until I tell you otherwise." And I was like, "Oh, no," but, I mean, my weight went up, so and
Yeah.
I was
It
training
works.
super hard, but, yeah, that's what you gotta do sometimes. But it's, like, it's hard when you're eating I was eating, like, I think it was, like, 7 ounces of meat in every meal and, like, 2 cups of rice, and then, um like bolognese for breakfast with like eggs and stuff, and then I think he even gave me like a Costco muffin for like my post-workout meal also. Yeah, it was a lot.
Better than the Costco pizza.
Yes, yeah. Yeah, probably just stay away from that. Uh, so, um, oh, I meant how old are you, Zach? I don't even know if I know how old you are.
I'm 23.
23. Okay, cool. So yeah, you're still younger. I don't think I even started working out till I was like 24 or
Yeah, it's kind of
25.
weird. Like a lot of people will say that I'm, young, but it's like you kind of talked about the lived experience side of it. It's more about what I went through, even though I was young.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, I'm not sorry, I didn't mean to sound like I was discrediting you all, like, I mean, I wish I would've started working out when you did, like, when I was, like, in high school, like, if I was, like, a freshman and stuff. I mean, I kinda did, but I just got discouraged because like I said, I was so like, scrawny and stuff. I think I was, like, 150 pounds or something in high school. And by my senior year, I was like 6 feet tall. Just when I was a freshman, I was super short. But I like went to the weight room with friends, and I couldn't even like bench like the bar like empty. And I was like, okay, maybe this isn't for me. I just like gave up right away. But I probably like if I could go back, I like would have definitely like stuck with it.
Yeah, because
But
you know
I
you
was
would have made progress now. But
yeah,
back then, you just
but
compare yourself to everybody.
yeah, exactly. And I mean, I'm still not the best bench presser, but it's okay because my squat and deadlift's better. So
I can't squat for shit. I hate squats. Well, like
there's
you were
always
saying about powerlifting, my wife's a powerlifter.
cool.
I can't get into it.
No,
I bench, I'll squat, I'll do squat because I haven't found a better movement yet for it at the gym I go to, but I can't really do deadlifts. I get bored of them really easily. I'll get bored of squats. I'll keep benching though. I'm a heavy close grip bench presser. My
Okay,
triceps like dominate on the bench. I have to have the bar like this. My wife says I'm basically JM pressing it,
maybe you
but
could
it
be.
works.
Yeah, that's like because I have like longer arms, so like my bench press has always like not been the greatest, but it's made my deadlifts like easier that my arms are longer. So like I like that's like probably one of my favorite ones is like deadlifts and then and squats because I've had to work so hard on my squat technique because I used to be really bad at squats also. And then the bench is growing on me. I mean, I still like benching. I just know I'm never going to be like a four plate bencher. I mean, I guess maybe I shouldn't be so negative. Maybe I can be. I need to start doing that in my uh morning affirmations.
Be a
Manifest
four
it.
plate bencher.
Yeah, I will. I am a four plate bencher. um but yeah, because I don't know if I told you because I did power lift for a little bit, like and competed once, and then I was thinking of competing again, but then I got just more into bodybuilding, and then after having kids, I just don't have the time to do like the powerlifting workouts. They just take too long because you do like your main movement forever, and then you do your like your secondary stuff, and then you still basically do like a bodybuilding workout after that, and I'm like I don't have time for all this.
Yeah, my wife's in a prep phase right now for me coming up, and she like her workouts are taking like 2 to 3 hours at a time. It's
Yeah,
ridiculous.
yeah, I just don't have time for that anymore. So Um, so like, what do you tell me more about like what are some of your fitness goals right now?
For me, we just moved into this new apartment, so my body fat went up a little bit.
Okay,
Just between the moving, couple pizzas here and there. So right now I'm bringing that back down. I'm in a little bit of a cut. Shouldn't be in it for too long because it's like I was already pretty lean. And then from there, I'm probably just going to maintain where I'm at for like a month and then go into a slight surplus to try to go into more of like a hypertrophy block. Uh,
okay,
what's rough for me that I'm like still working around is being able to recover while doing everything that I do because I'll work out for my 4 days a week, but then I also do martial arts twice a week. And then I also will like run a 5K once a week and then
okay.
I'll run another mile every day. So I know you can run, I think it makes it like up to 30 miles and still get hypertrophy, but
Uh-huh.
I would be lying if I would say that all this stuff wasn't hard on my body.
But yeah, you definitely are gonna need to like prioritize the recovery for sure. So
So I've been
you
trying to cut that in.
yeah, so you run every day though?
Yeah, I'll do it like I get up and I'll just go run a quick mile. Doesn't it doesn't take that long to run, so people think it's hard, but it really takes me like 10 minutes to do the run, 1 mile, and then like that's my daily mile done first thing in the morning. Wakes me up
Nice.
too, you
Oh
know.
yeah, nice, nice. I always want to try to do something like that, and then but usually like, if I'm because right now my current schedule like I work early in the mornings, so it'd be kind of harder to get up even earlier to try to get to work by like 3. But, on the day my days, like, I work later, then I always, like, try to get up and do something like that, but then my son gets up with me, and then I don't want him to wake up my wife, so then I'm usually up with him. So that doesn't doesn't always work out.
I don't
But,
have any kids, so not that problem.
yeah, yeah. So, once they get older, I can probably do it. Once they can
Take them
be
with you.
okay. Yeah, yeah, that too. That'll be cool. I can't wait to like really work out with my son. He'll be in there like while I'm working out, and he'll just be kind of just doing stuff. Or like I have like drums, like well, both of our drum sets are actually set up in the gym room. So usually he's like playing drums while I'm working out.
Nice.
Yeah. Um. So, oh wait, I had another question. Cool. Oh, so as far as your hypertrophy block, were you gonna write that yourself then, or do you have like a plan? I didn't know if you were coached by someone or if you do your own coaching.
I'm just self-coached right now. If I decided to ever do like a show, I'd probably get a coach, but just for general like the building that I'm doing, I just coach myself.
Okay, cool. So you're just gonna write your next like hypertrophy block then?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, cool. Do
I
you have
mainly run
anything?
upper lower.
Okay, you usually do an upper lower split.
That's what it's worked best for me. What worked best for me was when I could work out 5 days a week. I built the most there, but with trying to do everything else, I wasn't able to do that, so I had to back it off to 4. So I've still been building, but it's definitely better on the 5.
Yeah. The upper lower splits are usually pretty good. That's what I was doing for a little bit, and then I switched to like a push pull leg split for a while, and now I'm gonna do like an upper lower push pull leg split.
That's the best. Upper lower push pull legs is, like, supposed to be the best. Or I've seen
Yeah.
people do, I've seen people do, like, upper lower full body. I can't do full body. I've tried full body, it takes forever.
Yeah, I tried it too for a little bit. You just have to do I just did like supersets of everything basically, but you can't really do like too many like working sets. It was only like one or two working sets per body part,
Right.
and it still kind of takes a while. But because how was it? Or you know what? Because because I tried doing like Jordan Peters like full body splits. Do you know who Jordan Peters is?
I might. Let me
Yeah,
see.
he's like the UK
Yeah,
bodybuilder.
yeah.
Yeah, so I followed like I think that was a couple years ago that I followed like yeah, it was a couple years ago because I tried doing it after my son was born. I was just doing like full body workouts, and so because I was only working out like a couple days a week, so I was like, well, if I only have time to work out 2 days, probably do full body. So at least I still hit everything twice.
Right.
And then after that, I did Scott Stevenson's fortitude training, and his is like it's like two full body days and then a lower and an upper day, and that one works pretty good. But you like on the full body days, you're like supersetting everything because you do like the first day you do legs first, but you superset like or it's kind of like a giant set because you superset like three leg things a couple times, and then you superset like upper body movements, and then it's opposite on the next full body day. Like you start with your upper body and then end with your lower body, and then there's a lower day and then an upper day. Yeah.
Sure. I've been running the upper lower for like the I don't know, the last year. I've been enjoying it a lot, so I haven't stopped and I've been continually seeing progress with it. So until the progress stops, I'll just keep like milking it pretty much.
Yeah, I mean, there's no reason to change it if it's been working.
Like I said, the only time that I did switch it up was that I still did upper lower, but I did upper 3 times a week.
Oh,
Because you can
okay.
recover your upper body faster, so I was able to do more with that, and that was the best that I've done. That
Nice.
was like my bench was the highest at that point.
How did you were you working out like Monday through Friday, or how did you have that set up?
When I did that one, I was doing Monday through Friday. There was like I think I was doing Monday through Saturday, and there was like a break in there in one of those
Okay.
days.
Okay.
Um,
But then you still had I'm assuming so you do like upper, lower, upper, and then just take
Pretty
like a
much,
day off. Yeah. So you get
yeah.
the recovery. Nice.
That worked super well. I mean, like, and one of the upper days wouldn't be as loaded as the other 2 were. So it was like upper, and then I kinda just did an upper day in between the upper days to just kinda keep stimulus, basically. Just keep stimulus to the muscle and keep it growing, don't let it get catabolic, and then that worked the best. And then having the other upper day that would actually be heavy and hard, and then my 2 lower days. I've
Okay.
never done more than 2 lower days. I don't hate myself that much.
Yeah. Yeah. Two's usually plenty. Nice, man. So, you said you've been in-person coaching for a couple years, and then you started it was more recently that you started the online coaching, correct?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, nice. Um, cool. So how's that been going?
Online's been going good. It's a different process compared to in person. When you're in person, you get to really sit down with somebody and you're there with them. You can kind of walk them through everything. You can get in a lot more details in person than you can online. With online, it's definitely a different beast. It's the same as coaching, but the way you have to tackle it seems a lot different compared to the in person. I'm kind of
Yeah.
glad, and if there's any other people on here who want to be coaches, I know a lot of other coaches like Ben Wendell have talked about this, and I agree with him. If you want to be an online coach, it's probably important that you get some floor experience first because you got to like get in the belly of the beast first before you can actually like tackle the beast, especially when it comes to the online versus in person.
Yeah, because I think it's important, um, like even more important, like the communication wise when you're online, since you're not like there in person. So you want to make sure you're really communicating everything like very clearly so they can understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, definitely.
So, um, Yeah. Then the other part, well, I mean, because in person you can't. It's still hard to get them to like eat correctly. So like usually like what I've done is like have my clients like send me pictures of their food because there's always like some reason there's like a mix up with like what they need to eat on the plan, or they're eating like one time I had someone like drinking the egg whites instead of just like mixing it with the whole eggs, and I'm like, just you can cook the egg
To do
whites,
that.
yeah. Or like I don't know if you saw that guy, if you've seen that guy on Instagram, where um he does like the skits about like talking about clients, and someone's like, oh, I've been hating breakfast. He's like, what do you mean? I thought you
The
loved oatmeal. He's
oatmeal.
like, yeah, but yeah, you saw that. It was like, he's like, don't been telling me you're even eating your oatmeal dry, and he spits the dry oatmeal out of his mouth.
Good thing it's a little bit too literal.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my god, yeah. Uh, yeah, that was funny. So, I mean, I think those are gonna be like everyone's like struggles, because especially like if no one, if you go from, and you get like a client that's never really ate that way before, because they've just been living off like fast food or and frozen meals or something, then you actually have them start cooking their food. There's gonna be some like mix ups, I think.
Yeah. Well, so I have so many people who just don't even know how to use a food scale. So I'm gonna like create a training resource on how to use a food scale because it's the simple things that you realize. Like for us, it's it's commonality. Like it comes as second nature, but you don't really realize how much time has passed. If you were to put yourself back in your shoes of where you were, or just put yourself in your client's shoes, a lot of this stuff that we consider simple is actually a lot more in depth to them than we would think. Like even just using the food scale or like getting enough water. Like they're
Yes.
super small details, but it's a different beast to them.
Yeah, that's usually, I realize that's definitely one of the things is the food scale, because we've just been doing it for so long we don't think about it. Um, yeah, because I did have a client where I had said like when we started she needs to get a food scale, and she was like, okay. And then after like a month, she wasn't losing like weight as much as I thought she would. And I was like, you're weighing all your food, right? And she's like, oh no, I'm just like using measuring cups. And I'm like, well, that's not the same
Yeah,
at all.
measuring cups.
And she's like, she's like, I just Googled it and it said it should be this many cups. And I'm like, just get a food scale. And she's like, okay.
Yeah, I'm like putting together welcome packages for new clients now.
Yeah.
It's based off of things that I feel like are like simple, but they probably should need. So I got like a
Yeah.
food scale on there, a Gila mix. Like I'm just trying to throw little small things because people people like convenience, you know? So I've had the same situation where clients would be doing their food and I'm like, you need to get a food scale. And then they're like, which one do I get? Where do I get it? And they ask all these questions just to work around, end up not getting it. And it's like, forget it. It's just gonna go in the welcome package. It'll arrive at your door.
Okay. There you go. There you
Get a
go.
pretty good food scale for like $10. I'm like, if I gotta, pay $10 to get this person to actually use the dang thing, we'll do that.
Yeah. That's a great idea, actually.
People just
That's really
don't.
good.
That the shaker bottle. I've thought about like a meal prep service gift card too. I'm still kind of like getting client
Okay.
feedback on what I just kind of asking all my clients, like, what do you wish was something simple that you had coming into this compared to having to go get it later just to help speed up progress for them.
Yeah. That's a
'Cause
really good idea.
it's the
Usually,
minor
like,
details.
yeah, I usually ask my clients for feedback like that too, but need to be more specific. But yeah, the food scale, just getting them that just to begin with, it's a great idea.
They're not expensive. I mean, unless
No.
your client wants to be fancy, you can get one of those like $100 ones that tells you the micros. Uh,
Yeah, I don't even trust that, so it's probably not
no,
even.
I just need
It's
one that
good.
tells me grams and ounces. That's it.
Yeah, that's all we need. That's all we need. So yeah, yeah, that's pretty good. So okay, so another question: what kind of music do you listen to usually when you're working out?
It's a funny question. It's usually one of two things. It's either like some kind of rock. My wife has much better music taste than I do. But sometimes when we
Okay,
go to the gym, I'll just be like, "You put on something fire." If I have earbuds in though, it's usually like rock or weirdly like anime hard styles,
okay, okay.
like Japanese music.
Yeah,
If you know, you know. There's some bangers on there that'll get you pretty hyped up. But those two,
yeah. Y-
I can't get into. A lot of people listen to rap, or I even had some people listen to country. I can't do either of those.
Yeah.
I'll get tuned out. So you can imagine the alchemy detox, it's just, like, killing me, and no music.
I mean, you can do music, it's just no music with lyrics. So you just
I
find
I
like,
hate I hate instrumentals.
oh, okay, well then never mind. But just
I would just go there, no music. I
oh,
just
okay,
roll
it's
out my
better.
workouts.
Oh, okay, yeah, because usually what because I don't mind instrumentals because I play drums. So usually like for my detox, I just played like this band. I basically listened to like one band the whole month. It was I don't know if you've heard of the band Animals as Leaders, but they're like like progressive metal, but they don't have a singer. So and they have several like they have I don't even know how many albums. I have all their albums. So I just put that on a playlist and I just listen to that like all month because they're so talented. That's like one of my favorite drummers too. So I didn't have a problem just listening to them for a whole month.
You're lucky.
But yeah, but I know other people they'll just listen to like EDM what during their 30-day detox. No, not for you.
Yeah, you can't. I'm not sure, I never tried it, but I just haven't been able to get into it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, that was it was like really like when I like work out, you usually just only listen to metal because anything else, it just I get it's like not amping me up enough. I mean, I'm not trying to go like get like super amped up, like crazy ramp up my nervous system, like when I'm training, but still like to be like in the zone because I'm not gonna listen to yeah like country is just so boring to me.
There's a guy at our gym that, like, I don't know, he's really strong, so I can't say anything to him, right? Because he's so strong, but, like, he'll go on the gym speaker and put on, like, Pink Pony Club,
That's great.
and then he'll go rip, like, 405 on deads for, like, 12 reps.
Okay, that's pretty good.
I'm like, "I can't tell this guy to not turn on Pink Pony Club."
Yeah,
Like, he basically is running this place right now.
that's so funny.
Or he'll put on, like, Eminem dubstep or I don't the weirdest things, and I when I see him at the gym, it's like it's early in the morning. It's like I would go, like, Saturday at, like, 5 or 6 AM, and he would be there and doing this. I'm like, "What the fuck?"
That is early. That
Some
is.
people are built a little different.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, that's funny. Being my club. Um, cool, man. You had mentioned earlier that you dove into like Dom's blueprint print a little bit, right? For
I'm
some.
trying to. I'm waiting.
Okay.
I still pending right now, but once I have access to that, I'm gonna start digging in, especially to the gut health. 'Cause I've been
Okay.
doing all my problems stem from internal, mainly.
Yeah.
I had, weak external problems, but that was just overall, like, just I was scrawny and weak. Um, and so I've dealt with and learned a lot about external problems and how to address them and help people through them. Um, I know a little bit of internal problems, but I'd like to dig deeper into like gut microbiome and gut health and how they relate to the blood-brain barrier and the access points and everything of the body because
Yeah.
it's all related. Everybody
Yeah.
when I have somebody come into my coaching, then one of the first things we do is we, like, develop them a sleep protocol because people don't just that, like, internal system of your sleep affects so much your hormonal profile. But then the other aspect is I don't know enough about gut health, though. Then that's a huge factor, though.
Yeah. It really is. That's also one of the first things I work on with my clients is um is like a sleep protocol. Well, I mean, it's like a full ends up being like a full daily thing. It's like starts with like a morning routine and then ends with like a bedtime routine so they can get like the good sleep. But like the next phase is usually yeah, diving into the gut like if they have um any issues there because especially usually if people are having a hard time like digesting food and stuff, it's like a lot of people just have low like stomach acid. So that's usually one of the things I have to work on is bringing their stomach acid up so they can digest their food, especially if you're it's good to do that um when we start giving people like more protein like cuz most people they don't eat like enough protein. And so the body's going to have a hard time breaking that down in the first place, so it's always good to increase their stomach acid to help with that.
How do you normally go about having them do that?
So usually I do if they can like apple cider vinegar with a couple meals, but usually people don't like the taste, so I have them get like betaine HCl with pepsin. That's usually be like stronger and then just goes and kind of we can titrate that up more until they can we get to a place where they are having like adequate stomach acid. Usually Just have it like have them take like a cap with like a few like one, or it's usually start with like a couple meals and then up to like three, and then if we need to we can increase it to like a couple caps, but usually it's just like, and then find a place where it um they start feeling like warm, like the like sensation in their chest, and then that's usually like where we can pull it back down.
Okay.
Yeah. So, because that usually like, as far as like the gut health goes, or like stomach issues, usually I've had like a client with, or no, I've had a couple clients with GERD, and so usually people think with that they have too much stomach acid, and usually they get put on antacids or like these other things to lower their stomach acid, but really it's because they have too low of stomach acid that the basically the opening that goes up into your esophagus, if it sees that the pH isn't low enough, so it'll open, and then the acid will jump up and give you heartburn. So then the doctor gives them medicine to lower the stomach acid, and it's just going to keep it open. So you actually need to do the opposite. So once we've gotten that done, it actually gets rid of their heartburn.
Good.
Yeah. So, yeah, do you think it'd be the opposite? But yeah, but that's usually one of the causes. And then and also like you'll learn is especially if you get any, I don't know if you have like down like the functional rabbit hole you'd want to go to, but if you end up getting anyone with like autoimmune diseases, a lot of it stems from like a leaky gut. So the because the barrier is so thin, and usually like it'll open up, and then your body, like the stuff will get through, and then your body starts attacking it. So that's usually what causes like Hashimoto's and stuff. So that's usually what we fix up, like is like feeling healing the leaky gut, bringing up the stomach acid, and then you can start working like everything from that.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
So
interesting stuff.
yeah. So because I haven't got into Dom stuff, but I was in um another container before Alchemist Academy to learn more of like the functional health stuff to improve my skill set as a coach. So that's why I learned that stuff. But I do want to get into DOMs because I've heard from a couple other coaches I know that his stuff's really good.
And Dom's a genius. He actually, well, I don't know if he moved or not, but I live in Florida, and I actually am like right next to the Raw HQ and like Revive and
No
all.
way.
Yeah,
No way. That's pretty cool.
like down
Nice.
the street.
Oh,
I'm surprised
sweet.
I never
Okay.
ran into Dom yet. On one of these days, unless he moved. Can't remember.
I have no clue. I didn't even know it was over there in Florida.
Yeah, because we have well, Sebum was over here. I think he recently moved, but he was here for a couple years. And then
Oh,
they have
okay.
like the the Raw Athletic Club here that they opened
Okay.
up. So now they have two of those because they turned the Revive Gym into the Raw Athletic Clubs. Now we have one in Stewart and one in Port St. Lucie. One big one,
Cool.
and then they have the Revive Health over there as well.
Okay. I didn't even know it was over there. That's pretty cool. Nice. So cool, man.
I mean, what made you want to get into coaching yourself?
Oh, so what made me want to get into it was um kind of like just learning everything the hard way, and then after me finally um getting with that, like learning from that bodybuilding coach, I realized that I should help other people so they don't have to, you know, spend years like dieting and exercising the wrong way. Like if I can help someone like fast track the results instead of spending like 3 years to get the results, and you can do it in like 6 months, then then I can make a way bigger impact. And especially I first started just coaching like my friends that needed to lose weight, and then after helping them, then I realized like I can kind of expand and like really try to push and help others, especially after dealing with my knee issues that I had, and fixing that, then investing in that other program to increase my skill set of helping anyone with like functional health issues. Then I feel like that's like a whole other thing I can help people with.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's always great
So
learning in the hard way.
yeah, I mean it's um I guess there's some part to it, but if you don't have to, then it's probably more beneficial for other people.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. So, well, yeah, this was a good conversation. I'm glad we finally got to, talk in person, or close enough in person. Because I don't think unless I missed you, were you at the live event?
No,
in Austin?
I wasn't able to make that one because that's when we were
Okay.
moving to this new apartment, so I got slammed with
Okay.
3 times rent or whatever they do, so,
Okay.
alright, we're not doing the trip to Austin right now. I wanna go to the one in, I think December.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
guess we'll see.
I'm gonna try to go to that one too, because I live, like, in Dallas, so we just drove down to Austin.
Yeah, I'm in Florida, so I had to, like, fly over there and everything, so
Okay. Okay, yeah, I didn't think I saw you, but there was, like, a lot of people that I, like, didn't even get a chance to talk to because there was, like, so many people there.
yeah, it looked like fun, but
Yeah, yeah. You should definitely come to the next one for sure.
planning on it, 'cause that's when, my wife's and I's anniversary is in December, so we usually go try and do something, so I'm like, do
Cool.
that.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Austin's pretty cool. I had only been there, like, one other time, but it was just, like, a really short visit, so I got to spend more time there, and it's pretty cool. I still wanna spend, like, I think me and my wife, we're gonna go back down soon because my aunt and uncle live there, so we'll visit them again and, do some more stuff around the city.
Actually trying what'd you guys think about moving there?
No, because we have a house here, like, by Dallas, so we'll probably just keep that and just, like, just go visit down in
Visit?
Austin. Yeah.
Yeah, I see so many people in Alchemy just moving there. I'm like, "Oh, shit."
Yeah, a lot of people. A lot of people are moving there.
Dude, I don't know if I'd wanna live in Texas.
Yeah, because I mean, I don't think the weather's, like, too bad. I know my wife misses the weather in California, but, I mean, you can't really beat the weather in, like, Southern California.
Nah, it sucks in Florida.
I've only been to Florida, like, once, and it was just really humid and raining.
Very humid, very humid. It's
Yeah,
been, a little nicer right now, but it's been storming the last couple of days, so you kinda have 2 extremes. You either have it being really hot and humid or storming and raining,
and also humid.
and also humid.
Yeah.
Humid, always humid,
Yeah.
always.
It'll be like that sometimes here, like, cause we get, like, the summer storms, which is kinda different, but then so it'll be, like, 85, 90 and, like, raining, and then the storm will pass, but then, the water evaporates and it just gets super humid.
Yeah, I don't mind doing the in-person. I don't know if I'd wanna do in-person forever, but I built up a really good schedule around it where, like, I'm not like, a lot of coaches that do in-person when have you ever done in-person training yourself?
No, just besides, like, because 'cause I've been working on the railroad, so, like, all my in-person would just be, like, be training my friends.
Okay. So a lot of the times when people come into, like, in-person, you're kinda just taking whatever you can get,
Yeah.
and so when at least when I first started, like, there was times that I'd work from 5 AM till, like, 8 PM. So,
Yeah.
most people and I think Ben Window had that same problem where, like, you just kinda take what you can get and fill yourself up, but, like, because I've gotten myself to such a point in the in-person, like, I run a solid, like, 7 to 2 schedule, and it's,
Nice.
like, filled, and I just leave. But that takes a while to get to that point.
Mhm.
I think that's the big struggle most you have it in person. What I'm probably gonna wanna end up doing is, like, it'll probably take a long time. It'll probably take, like, 2 to 4 years, but probably like a phase out. So I'd probably go to my buffer of online now, do that facility, take as many of my in-person people that will follow me, and then keep working like that 7 to 2. Then as the online keeps growing, work it back to 7 to 12. As the online keeps growing, work it you just keep working it back
Yeah.
until I'd probably just phase out the in-person and just strictly do online because it would be better to just do online, obviously for the time freedom of it. But because I've been doing the in-person so long, I have a lot of clients that I enjoy working with them. They enjoy working with me. We have a good close relationship and they're not really going anywhere. So
Yeah, because don't even have to necessarily phase it all the way out because it'd still be good to do it, like, some in person, like, every once in a while, because that's what, like, I have a coach, and he has been coaching for, like, 20 years, but he still, has his in-person clients even still, but, like,
yeah, the only reason
he just trains them at his house is the only difference.
uh, and he doesn't have any rent to pay.
Yeah, or he'll, like, have his clients, like, meet him at a gym, and then they don't care if he trains them at that gym. It's more of like a kind of like a well, I wouldn't say like a private gym, but it's not like a box gym like Crunch or anything, so but he still, like, has some, a few clients he trains in person, then most of it's just online.
The only reason that I would completely phase out the in person is if I decide to move out of Florida because there's no point in me
Yeah,
showing in person at that point.
that makes
So,
sense.
and that's been in talks with my wife about leaving Florida and moving, but who knows?
Yeah, I guess you'll have to see.
It's also really hard to turn down financials at the end of the day. Because if it, like I said, if I go in person and I'm taking in 10 grand a month from in-person clients that aren't going anywhere, it's hard to just say, "Oh, you know what? I'm just gonna drop that."
Yeah, yeah, no, that sounds smart. Yeah, but yeah, that makes sense. But I mean, at least you're doing pretty good with the in-person stuff. So that's
Takes a
nice.
while. Takes a while.
Yeah,
It's a lot of grit to fucking deal with the in-person. I mean, the
I'm
online
sure.
fun because you just kinda pick up your phone and record yourself doing dumb things, but
Yeah, right.
I need to get better at being serious with my content. I make a lot of dumb videos.
Well, I mean, that can be, I mean, if you like enjoy making the dumb videos and then everyone knows, it's funny or whatever, that's still good. That shows your authentic side.
I still make them.
Yeah. So,
I
yeah, I mean,
I
that's
have a
still
hard
good.
time getting serious.
I think I need to probably work on making more like funny videos. I'm like always more
You just
serious.
gotta stop caring, dude. I made a video up I mean, again, this could have done better and had more conversion if I was more about finished, sure, but it was still just fun to make. I made a fucking stupid video about pots and pans,
Okay.
and I posted it in the channel earlier this month. It got 6 million views.
Yeah, see? I mean, but like those kind of
Stupid
ones,
shit.
yeah, I just need to make stuff like that. Because those are the ones where like it's not gonna those aren't meant to like convert anyone. It's just meant to get people to look at your page and then you have your other content that'll get them to want to
Right.
work with you.
And
But that's like
I
the
did get, my followers, blew up. I got, over 2,000 followers from it, and I DM'd a bunch of them. I did get,
nice.
I did get some conversations going, and I did get a client from one of them, but
Nice. Nice.
if you I post a fuck ton, dude. I don't know how much, volume you're putting out, but
I try to do at least like two a day, but I know what like based on like what everyone else is doing, if they're posting like 3 to 5 times is usually pretty good.
dude, I'll post, 6 to 10.
Do you really? Oh man,
I've
okay.
just been, ripping them. And so, who's your coach?
Taylor?
Taylor? Okay. I don't know what Taylor's philosophy is. Nick, Nick Bland's my coach.
Okay.
I just kinda, what he said really stuck with me. He just calls it more, better, new. So, instead of me, having to hyper focus on, a bunch of little things, because that's what I normally do, I get into, I get into a preparation mode, and I wanna perfect everything before I actually release anything. Um, so his thing's more, better, new, just taking one thing, just doing more of it, and then you can get better at it, and then once that's better, then you can do something new. So, for me,
Okay.
I've just been, hyper focusing content because that's the start of my garden hose. If there's no good content, nothing I can't send any DMs. If I can't send any
Yeah.
DMs, I can't have any conversations, I can't have any sales calls, I can't have any fulfillment. So, for me, I've just been, especially because I'm in luckily enough to have a good financial buffer from my in-person training, that I can be a little more not rushed, I guess, on building my online, which is good and bad. I think it's good to have a fire under your ass, but, anyways, the point is I just been kinda ripping the content since then, just, more content, more content, more content, and then now I'm just going back and, trying to learn to refine my lighting, refine how I'm showing up in the camera, refine the way I'm speaking, my tonality. I even started doing a Toastmasters class. You ever heard of Toastmasters?
I've heard of it, but I'm not familiar with it.
It's for, public speaking and communication skills. Higher
Okay.
wellness talks about it sometimes, Michael Smoke.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with talking way too fast. So when I'm on the camera and then I'm under a lot of pressure, I start going really fast and then I stutter and mumble. And then being able to post a lot of content though lets me look back on those things, notice a lot of the filler words I'm commonly using, learning about where I should have probably slowed down or sped up my speech, where I probably could have put more punch behind my speech. I've learned that I say the word literally way too much.
Okay.
I don't struggle with filler words like or as much anymore,
Okay.
but I say a lot of buts, ands, literally. I say those a lot. So it's like learning where to cut out the little things because with content, we only have so much time to grab attention. So
Yeah.
the more we can get to the point and get to the punch of it, the better because we need to grab their attention and keep it. So I try to keep the videos short, to the point, and just refine them. But the more you can do, the better. And I mean, dude, record the stupidest shit. It could be something that your kid did and just talk about what your kid did because then it's relatable because other people have kids.
True. True.
Right?
I
The
didn't even do
stupidest
that.
shit. The stupidest
Yeah.
shit. I just put up a video. about how I'm pissed at my dryer because every time my dryer goes off, you ever gone to a hockey game?
Yes.
Every time my new dryer goes off, it sounds like a fucking hockey game buzzer when they make a score, and it gives me PTSD. So, I made a
You
video
can't
about
turn it
that.
off?
I don't know how. So,
Ask chat how to turn it off.
no yeah, I know, right? Knowing how I showed up on that video, it wasn't like how I would normally wanna show up, but just the point is, like, it doesn't matter because I'm just sending it out to into the universe, and the universe will do what it will do, like, yeah,
Yeah,
I make so many videos, even if I made one that got a bunch of hate, everybody would forget about it because they'd be swamped by all the other videos that I put out,
true. I
and
know
I think
I need to get better at that because I'm in kind of in the same place as you. Like I'm like trying to light a fire into my ass to do the coaching full time, but it's not. It's also like not the end of the world because I'm still working on the railroad. So, but I do need to take that approach um of posting more because I know like just from what everyone else has been doing that it's works when you can post like at least 3 to 5 times a day.
spam.
Yeah,
I know Matthew Nito, it says the same thing, like, he just, like, spams. I think he does, like, 6 plus videos too, but
yeah.
obviously his is more refined now, so my goal is to keep up my volume, but then keep getting more refined, which I did. I made a video earlier today. I don't think it did like, terribly good, but it's, yeah, it's at, like, 1,000 views, and it was just talking about, like, slowing down your mornings, like,
That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I usually mine only get like around like 500. Well, it kind of depends because I post it to Instagram and Facebook, so it's usually like a mix of both.
oh, yeah, I need to get better at posting to Facebook. I mainly just post to TikTok and Instagram.
Well, I just have my Instagram linked to my Facebook, so when I post to Instagram, it posts the same thing to Facebook at the same time.
I gotta set mine back up.
Yeah, I do that, and then TikTok, and then YouTube Shorts. Well, I need to get better. I forgot about posting YouTube Shorts for a little bit, so I need to get back on
That's a
that.
good one too.
Yeah, because I don't know if you saw or if I don't know if everyone got it, but if you have your YouTube, you can message people on YouTube now.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's something. So, I noticed that, so I'm like, okay, because that was the problem is you post like the shorts, but then people like I just post this. I would post the same thing. So if like I had a call to action, it would post to YouTube like comment the word, but then I have to like try to figure out how to contact them because there's no way to message them on. You tell them like, hey, what's your email? I guess, and then it
Yeah.
doesn't really work the same as like sending a DM on Instagram.
Then you don't respond.
Yeah, but yeah, so that's what I do. I tried posting on LinkedIn for a little bit, but wasn't really working, so I stopped. I just do like the Instagram,
I think it
Facebook,
depends too. I mean,
TikTok,
like,
and
it's
Shorts.
is your ideal client on in LinkedIn?
I don't think
Probably not.
so.
It's mainly like
Yeah,
dads, right?
yeah, like 'cause I'm trying to talk to like blue collar dads, so they're not going to really be. I don't think they're going to be on LinkedIn.
Yeah, I mean, just talk about blue collar dad things then.
Yeah, that's what I need to get better. That's what I'm getting better at. Is the same thing that Taylor said is I need to have like more like when I speak. So
Yeah, I
um
struggle with that a lot. I get very monotone.
yeah, I get monotone. That's what my wife says. My wife said the same thing that she gets bored of my videos, and I'm like, oh, thanks.
I realize she's honest, you know?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I need to hear it. I need to do better.
What
So that's the other reason I want to do these podcasts, just get better at talking, because I have the same problem of using a lot of filler words, and I'm getting better at
see if there's
not
a
using.
Toastmasters near you too, that's a good one.
Okay, I'll have to
Um,
see.
those are and they're cheap too. They're like it's like 40 bucks for like 6 months, whatever.
Okay, okay, I'll
Um,
look into that.
'Cause they're more like volunteer based. What's it called? For me, what's helped too when it comes to like the monotone is recording at the point of conviction. Like recording at
Yeah,
the point of like where like if you're really convicted about it, helps me get more like uppity about it. Where I
yeah.
almost have to like restrict myself from not getting too uppity, then I start speaking too fast.
Okay,
Um,
okay.
I mean, like, dude, you're a dad. I feel like I would love to have a kid just for the content because kids do stupid shit all the time. Like
Yeah. Oh
kids,
yeah.
I don't know about your. I'm not calling your child stupid, by the way. Sorry.
No, he tries to kill himself like every day. I have to stop him.
Talk about that.
It's like
Talk about
that's what we've been noticing. I think our algorithms know because we have a son and then we have a daughter, and it's so crazy seeing the difference because like our son is just so wild, and our daughter's just been so chill like since she was born, and so I mean, she's getting a little bit more crazier now because she's like crawling, but she's still not as much mischief as our son was, and so Yeah, that's just, but we've noticed that because like the content we're seeing is like parents like comparing their daughters to their sons and how like sweet their daughters are and just how feral their sons are. And I'm like, yep, that's exactly what's happened.
I mean, you could just make content talking about the same thing.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I need to, like
I
everything,
think
like people keep telling me that, and then I'm like, not like I don't know what to post, but then I like overthink things. Because even Nick said like, dude, your whole life is like you are the content, and I'm like, that's right, I am the content. And then I get off and I'm like, what am I supposed to film? And then I'm like, immediately like space out.
just like the moment your son does something dumb, you should just pick up the phone and start talking about it.
Yeah, well, usually it's like we're going to the hospital after that, so I don't, I can't film it.
You need to get
Oh
some
man.
really dumb things, or you could talk about how no, I'm not a blue collar dad, so I wouldn't know. But you could talk about like coming home from work and you find your son like injured because he's being a dang idiot again.
Yeah. Well, the
I don't know.
other thing, like, I think I can probably talk about is what sucks is like when well, because I've worked like different shifts. Because working on the railroad, you don't like, it's not like a 9 to 5. Like I'm either working like early in the day or later in the day. Especially now with the coaching, like I try to avoid working in the middle of the day because then I wouldn't be able to respond to any of my clients or anything. So when I work in the afternoon, it sucks like saying goodbye to him because he wants to keep playing, but then you can't really explain that I'm like going to work. I mean, he's kind of getting it now that I'm leaving, but he's still, throwing a fit that I'm leaving. And then, but I've been working early in the morning, but then my wife says I go to work so early, but then he'll wake up and realize I'm not there and then start throwing a fit. Then it just like breaks my heart that he's, so upset. But this is what I got to do right now. Yeah, exactly.
Everything you're saying
So.
like sounds like it's from the heart and is probably relatable to a lot of dads. So
Well, I'm sure. I would hope so. If it's not, then I don't know if I'd even want to work with them if they don't feel that same way.
you just got to reach them now.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. But that's what
Yeah, but
this
I think Nick
podcast is
talks
for,
about it a lot.
hopefully.
Nick talks about that a lot too. Just having fun with it. That's helps me a lot.
Yeah.
And then what I'm hoping to take what Kelly and Ben said in their podcast. Did you watch their podcast episode?
No, I haven't watched it yet.
Yeah,
I saw
watch
everyone
that.
talking
That was
about it. I need
eye
to
opening.
watch it.
Now for me, that was eye opening because it was like it makes you look back to a lot of like your childhood and where was I told to or where was I making people upset or making people mad at me and everything, and then how can I bring that into my content to revive that part of me? Because they're saying basically that's the part of your content that people need to see. So I'm like, shit.
Okay.
That was kinda
Yeah.
eye-opening. That was a good podcast. It was pretty short too, so if you have time, listen to that on the way to work or whatever. A lot of really good
Yeah,
things.
that's a good idea. That's a good idea. I'll check that out for sure. Cool. Well, this was a really good conversation, man. I'm glad we finally got to connect.
Yeah, definitely.
Cool. So, um, if anyone wants to reach you for the coaching, what's the best place to reach you?
So, let me double check this actually.
Okay. Yeah, we
I
can
always
get
forget
it
my
going.
username, if it has a dot or not. Yeah, Zach, Zach dot Satten, Satten on Instagram.
Awesome. And I'll make sure to put that in the description for this also so they can find you.
Now you have to, like, edit out all the parts that I said don't record that.
Yeah, it's fine. I'll get to that later.
That's
Cool, man. Well, I'll talk to you later. Have a good one.
you too.
All right.